Helps if I turn my microphone on. Anyways, hello everybody. I'm not late at all. just a tad. Time ran away from me today because I've been working on getting the helmet done. So I didn't want you to sit through another helmet because this isn't helmet number 3. But yeah. So, still got a few small issues, but we'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, number 2, number 3. Got the horns ready. Time to get those done. So yeah, crazy, but yeah, it's suddenly it was 6:30 and I hadn't eaten yet, so it was like stuffing my face quickly, getting everything set up because the computer was on. I also spent a ridiculous amount of time trying to make a little recording because of so I had all the pieces for the helmet, so to throw them down, and then once the helmet was done, to throw the helmet down, and then edit them together and make a funny little clip. You know how hard it is to throw a helmet and make sure that it stays upright? It kept rolling away. So, but I think I have enough video footage to go into Resolve and create something interesting for like a 10-second little clip. I see people do this all the time, so I thought might as well try something myself. But yeah. So like I said, what have I done? I have created another helmet. Made a slight change to how the front is. It still doesn't really the magnets aren't really keeping it together yet. It's better than it was. So I think a little bit of heat forming needs to happen. And maybe looking into like, it's going to be covered with the details, so if maybe detailing and have something in the detailing that also has magnets that pulls it together. I don't know yet. I need to think of something. Because otherwise I just need to glue in some Velcro and then there'll just be Velcro on the inside instead of magnets. So be it. So right. So what else? So I've got some more film because we need to make the faceplate again. Not sure yet how that's going to handle, but yeah, just a little bit. Hey Doodles, thank you for the luck. Hope you're doing okay. So yeah, so we need to make the faceplate. However, one of the things I really want to do now is put those freaking horns on. So we can finally see if we can create a nice little thumbnail. Like that. Something they need to be a little bit higher. Thank you so much, Doodles. So yeah, yeah, I mean the amount of times I thought about funny puns for the title, but I thought, we all know how Twitch can be. So yeah, I was like, let's leave the puns to the text, to me speaking, because yeah, I'm not taking that risk. I'm absolutely. You know me. You've known me for a while. So yeah. So but yeah, I really want to get those horns put on. Because in principle, when the base build is done, so when the horns are on, the faceplate's done, all the magnets are in, everything works. I'm gonna put it aside. Because once we've done the armor, that's when I want to start on all the details, because I think, yeah, I'm the same. You probably don't know this. So, for my Sisters of Battle cosplay, they're designed with these very round half football sort of chesticles. So I was joking around, similar to what I do now, because I always do like the chest armor. Yeah, they've got that really round half a football type, no breast looks like that type armor. So I have, in Christmas you get these Christmas baubles that are two halves, and you can put them together. And that's in the after Christmas in the discount section, I saw two big ones, and it's like, that might work. I have to find them. There's probably somewhere in an area where, because I put them aside. So during one of my little intros that I was doing, I was showing them because I had them, and I stood up and held them in front of me. Yeah, I thought that's brilliant. Although the Sisters of Battle that I'm using luckily doesn't have that pronounced half football sized. They're still pretty circular. So when I upload to YouTube, I don't edit my videos. I kind of edit out the 2-3 minutes beforehand when it says starting, because nobody's gonna stay waiting for that. And then I let YouTube choose. They give you 3 options for thumbnails based. They just choose 3 and you could choose it. And one of them was me holding those plastic globes to my chest. So you know what? I'll put that on as the thumbnail. Guess what? It went mini viral. And I mean mini viral because for me, on my YouTube channel, I get an average of between 5 and 25 views on my videos. And that video has over 1,000 views. So that was just one of those. But yeah, can I take a screenshot for my videos, put it in one of my graphics programs, cut it out, and put it in front as one? Yeah, I can. But I'm usually too lazy to do that. So yeah, that was hilarious. Although I must say, at the moment, my Artillery Witch cosplay videos seem to attract more people. But I don't think anybody's going to sit through 3 hours of me just chatting and doing stuff. So I really have to start doing some curated videos. But yeah, that takes just a lot of time. Luckily, Resolve video editing software is not too difficult. So, but I really, yeah, I'm gonna do so when I get a chance, yeah, same. I was like, what is a good video editor that's free? And everybody said Resolve, so I was like, fine, we'll use DaVinci Resolve. I need to just pick up, once I've done the helmet, just pick out a couple of things and just go do time lapses. But just that means having to, yeah, same. I need to learn how to add text and stuff like that. But there's some really good, there's so many tutorials out there as well for it. So yeah. But yeah, I will do some videoing, because I need to. So one of the fabrics that I got is a lightish grey, and I want it to be darker. So one of the things I need to do is dye that fabric. Now I won't be able to do that on stream. I need to do it on a flat surface on the floor with some plastic underneath, and so I'm probably going to do that. And just film it, get my little tripod and film that there on my mobile or something like that. I got a decent mobile. And cutting out the fabric for the cape and for the skirt, again, I have to use the floor. This table is 150 by 675, 175 by 60, something like that. It's not big enough for cutting the cape and the size of the stuff that it is. So, oh no, it's 150 by 75. Yeah, 150 by 75. Because I know it's 150 long, because most rolls of fabric are 150 long. So that's why I have a 150 long table, because this used to be my cutting table for my business. But that it's bigger. I need to be, I need to have more space. So I'll probably record again. I will record me cutting the fabric, and then add some of my stream stuff in for when I'm sewing. So. But right. Enough chit-chatting. Here we go. Right. So this is the version number 2. So first I made one out of 5mm foam. Then I made one out of low density, because this is very flexible. 10mm foam. And then realized that magnets do not want to glue in. Or glue just doesn't stick to it. So I had to go and I made one here, which is also 10mm foam, but it's high density EVA foam, so it's a lot stiffer compared to. So this is far more flexible. That's why I kind of wanted to use it, but yeah, if it doesn't glue magnets, it's going to be a problem when I'm using this much magnets. So I also added the front. So last week I just thought about cutting it on a 45-degree angle so that it curves in. Now I have to still smooth this over. I will use my Dremel to do that because it needs to be smooth. Now it still doesn't. It attracts. The magnets are strong, but the top bit doesn't want to stay. So I need to either do some more rounding out, but it's mostly the top. The bottom one is fine. So I might have to do a little bit of playing around. Now we got the massive horns. Now I marked out on this one where the whole thing goes, so I kind of have to do that again. But and I have to make the new face mask, because again, that's maybe I can make a better one, because coffee is important. I don't think Fraxie's here yet, but she will cheer you on making coffee. But yeah, so yeah, helmet number 3. But still, I mean, everything else is the same. It's just, it's far more. This is so flexible, and this is like. Ugh. But yeah, the magnets still don't really fully attach. So let me go and heat it up a bit and see if I can form them around. Nope. Helps if I don't throw it on my. So if you go that way. That's the only thing, like, you have to wait for it to cool down again. So if you let it go too early, it's springs back. I wonder if I should have made them longer. I really don't want to make another helmet. I really haven't done now. I seem to be making everything in threes. Right. And if you can go a little bit more round. So I'm literally holding it in a corner now. Still warm, so. Yeah, can't wait for. I mean, the skirt is very simple. The skirt is a 1/3 circle skirt. So it's two pieces that need to go together, and a waistband, and of course it will require a zipper. So I'll put it in a zipper, an invisible one. And I want to put a pocket in one side because if I'm going to put lights and smoke going towards, so I got Camus Cosplay's what do you call it? She's got a book or a guide. I would say it's not really a book. A guide about doing making a vape into a smoke machine. And one of the options in there is making it remote controlled. Now, if I'm using an RFID chip, RFID, I don't know how you pronounce that, but if I'm using something already that's remote control, it shouldn't be too difficult to make the lights remote controlled as well. So just an on and off switch. Because most remote controls have 4 buttons. So, on and off 2 times. That should work. So you've got A, B, C, D, or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can have that in my pocket because one arm you can't see. So I can have that one hand in my pocket pressing the buttons. I thought that was a good idea. I mean, how I'm going to put the vape and how I'm going to run it to my hand, I don't know yet. Don't ask me too difficult questions just yet. The top that I'm making is going to be slightly more complicated because it involves sleeves and sleeves are complicated. And I want it still that if I, again, it's one of those things that I want to make it slightly Victorian because I do think she's got so many Victorian elements. So even though you only see the sleeves, at least one sleeve, I do want the whole garment to be like properly correct, made that way. And I'm thinking a little bit like, I mean, it's going to be really difficult entering a cosplay competition with art like this when there's no back. Because from what I'm reading everywhere, all the cosplay judges would really want to see the back because otherwise how do I know what the back's gonna look like? And I get that. And I asked for a picture of the back, but they're not willing to give me that. So so if I do enter any cosplay competitions, they may reject me because of that. There's only a front. I mean, I can show the miniature, but the miniature is different. It's less details. And I can say that I use the back as an idea of what the front, from what the front looks to the back. But in the miniature, she wears heels, and I'm not wearing heels. Well, it's a wedge, but I didn't want to wear heels. It's going to be hard enough walking around with limited vision with this, so. Right. The fuck is this? Oh, are you staying? Are you staying connected? I like it. Cool. That worked. Not going to mess with it for a second to let it cool down further because it's quite warm here as well in general. Nope. Oh. You go back there on your little hook. Right. One of the things I'm going to do is fucking skip this song. The fuck is this? Thank you. We need guitars. We like guitars. So yeah, that's actually, look, staying together now. So that's what we want. I will need to do some sanding, getting the front bits. Got new knife blades. So. Yeah, it worked. Haha. God. Right. Faceplate. Now, one of the things I realize is that this does not. This should be straight. Shall I? Give me 1 second. I need to grab the other pieces of that pattern. Let me cure. Right. Also, do you like my little rainbow unicorn? It's a brand from it's a Polish brand, and they are LGBTQIA+. Now, if you haven't seen my social media post, I wanted to go and fundraise this month because on the 1st of June, sadly enough, the Polish decided to, 2 years ago, they elected a more center government and voted out the old, in my opinion, ultra-right party. And for the last 2 years, we had a president that was aligned to that party, so he vetoed, because the problem is, the president doesn't make the laws, that the government does, the Sejm does, as they call it. But the president has veto rights, so he blocked a lot of the reform that they wanted to put in. And so, because they vote for government, and then 2 years, then every 4 years they vote for a government and vote for a president, but they're offset with 2 years, which is, really do not understand. But hey. And on Sunday, they voted for a president that's from the old ultra-conservative party. So now we're going to have another president that's going to veto all the LGBTQIA plus reforms that the center government, the coalition government wants to do. So I wanted to go and fundraise because that means that in the next few years the LGBTQIA plus life here in Poland is not going to improve. So the one I really there's not many Polish charities that are connected to Twitch or Streamlabs or even Tiltify. So the one I really wanted to fundraise for, Lambda Warszawa, is a organization here in Warsaw that actively they have free psychological assistance. They have a hostel so that if any LGBTQIA plus youth are kicked out of the house because of their, they're coming out, they have a place where they can go. They have a hostel that they organize. They also try and do a lot of other stuff. When the Ukraine war started, they did a lot of work regards to any youth that have come over that are LGBTQIA plus and gave assistance, but also youth that were still in Ukraine that couldn't leave, for instance, that were reliant on hormones because they're transgender. They worked with medical companies to send things like testosterone, estrogen, any of the hormones that transgender people use, to send them to the Ukraine because the trains are still running. So they did a lot of work, and I really want to support them. There's not many other organizations that I know. I know this organization, but I have messaged them and said, "Hey, if you're, because I could fundraise from donations and then me sending the money to them. However, I have to pay the fees that come with it. So if I get donations through Streamlabs, so if you do !tip, I think it is, then there's a fee that I'm even though maybe I raise €200, I highly doubt it, but what if I do? Then there's a percentage that I lose from fees. If they are registered charity with either Streamlabs or Twitch, then they get 100% of the donations that I raise. And also, I think it looks better because people otherwise have to trust me that I get the money and I give it the money. Of course, I've done this, 2 years ago? Usually around August on my birthday, that's when I do fundraising. And I did it a while back, and I've posted, shown the receipt of me donating, double the money because I doubled it. Whatever I raised, I doubled it. So, but yeah. So hopefully they join and then I can fundraise for them. But until that day, I'll just fundraise them separately. I wish they did. I wish they did. So this is how this runs. So that's what I did, didn't I? And that's not how it works. It's hard to make something 3D into something 2D. That's pretty correct. So yeah. Anyways. I think most of you here are very aware that I am queer, or I consider myself part of the queer community, so... Not sure if this is gonna work, but we're gonna try. I think... Hey, Henrik! How's War Thunder going? You're not in War Thunder? Oh, I want some hot chocolate. Gia! 16 months, jeez. Good evening, good evening. So, look, I made another helmet off stream because I wasn't going to let you sit through me making another helmet because that would be number 3. So I made another helmet and look! The magnets are magneting. Now I've left it like this for a while so that it stays that way. Now I've made, you can probably see at the bottom here, a 45-degree angle on one of the edges. So, yeah. So I'm letting it sit for a while. Because now we need to make a new freaking face mask. I'm trying to make one that's a little bit better than the one that I had before. And I don't know if this method's gonna work. But we will see. They weren't in the beginning. The magnets weren't magneting in the beginning. But I literally heated it all up, put them together, and just held them like that for 5 minutes. Could be. Could be. Tiny bit on that side. I think we're going to try that. Because, again, if it's a little bit too big, it's better than it being too small. So... Well, making a full mask, not a half mask. Right. Oh, forgot the eyes. Eye stripe. Somewhere over there. I'll have to see if that's the right place, but right. Ah. All right. This works as a bandsaw. That's the top. All right. Right, so you guys go this way around. Yep. Ow! Damn it. Just something noticing. Is this just... Hang on a second. Okay. Right, let's see. Right. Let's not stop myself again. let's put those aside. Those aside. Right, make some space. Let's be smart and, you know, close the shop things. Because we all know my propensity to stubby myself. Right. Come on, let's go. But yeah, I really want to get to the sewing part. Hopefully soon we will be able to. And with the chainsaw almost being done, if I'm going to set up my table here to sew, I might have to start on the gloves. The dreaded G word! Right. I know. You can hear me swear more. Because, yeah. Yeah, I managed to drop my glue so it went upside down. So now there's lots of glue everywhere. So while we're waiting for this to dry, I'll just go and clean it up a little bit. Yeah, so I'll have to do some practice sessions before I do it. I really should find a fabric that's very similar to the leather that I'm going to use. But I went looking for my all the bits and pieces that I did last time, because it's been, I think, almost 2 years since the last time I tried to do the gloves. So I'll have to try again. And I have to think about whether I am. So there's a couple of rivets on her gloves as well. So, oh, that's another thing I'm thinking of. Like I was talking about the hands, because in this image it looks like she has no glove on, and on the little miniature she does look like she has like armored gloves on. Now I really wanted to do the thing with the nails and like having black going down. Now I watched someone, because I'm not good at putting nails on, so I saw someone use the gloves but they're fully see-through, and then putting the nails on the gloves, and then you could put the glove on and you've got nails. So I was thinking I could do something like that, because one of the things I have is I've got this tattoo, and I love it. Luckily the sleeve goes up to here, so because I think if I, where's the other hand? Yeah, because if I'm looking at the image, that hand. So it's my, luckily that arm does have a tattoo as well, but it's lower down, so I don't have to worry too much about it. But this one I might have to cover up somewhere, part of it. So I really want to try that, but I'm thinking of just using a pair of tights that are similar to my color and just making gloves out of them. And then she put something underneath on her fingers so that when she glued the nails on, that it doesn't stick to her fingers, but they're placed in the right position. So I think we have to try something like that, because then I can just use some fabric markers and just start making everything black, and then just have the veins running down on the fingers and running it down to like here. Because I do think that's going to look cool. But we'll have to have a look at it. So many things. And another thing is, with the details on her skirt, I could do two things. I can do the soutache braiding, but I really have to find better braiding, or I can make my own bias binding and do it that way, because it's going to be on wool. And one of the things I found was that there's machines out there that do felting, and since it's wool, so you can make a design, and they made this intricate design on a piece of cloth. It was a scarf, I think, on a woolen scarf, woolen different colors, made all kinds of motifs, and then used we could do it by hand, but that's gonna take a bit, and then used a sewing machine that felted the wool in place. Now that's interesting, because that means there's no stitching on the other side. So I'm very tempted. To try that method. Thing is, getting one of those machines is one of those things. So because you can be very, very accurate with it. So another stream of thought I need to have a look into, because the skirt for the fabric for the skirt, I don't think is 100% wool. So, and I know on the cape, the frogging, that's not going to be felted, but it'd be nice to have like a difference in that. So, and I do have some wool roving, I think. Anyways, there's ideas. There's lots of ideas that I have. So it's almost there. But again, the sewing of the skirt and the sewing of the cape is not going to be difficult. The great thing about wool is it doesn't fray, so I don't have to like seam it. And since it looks like her cape's pretty like worn at the bottom, I mean, you can play around with that. The ruff's going to be the interesting thing to make. So what shall I start on after the ruff? Well, after the helmet. The ruff? Kind of go top to bottom? That'd be an interesting project. Have to get some stiffener, some fabric stiffener. But yeah, things to think about. Right, let's try this. And also, because this is such high density foam, it's a lot harder on my hands to do this. Because I have to press a lot harder to get these on the lines. Don't go loose. Yes, yes, yes. Damn it. I'll try that again with a bit of glue. That's way too wide. Let's close this. Oh no, because I need to have a little bit. Ah, okay. Now the circle in the middle. This part in the middle, because it's not a straight line. So that makes it curve when you put it together. Otherwise my nose would get stuck. Let's wait for that for a second. Yeah, that's way too wide. I'll give it a heat in a minute, and but I just have to glue this corner together. Blah! Good morning for you. I always try to remember these things. Yes, it is. Well, it's butapren. It's in Polish. Elastyczne spójne. It's contact glue. That's what we got here. So. Oh, is it early afternoon? Ah. Oh yeah, it's 8 o'clock now, isn't it? Yeah, so it's, yeah. The States is anywhere between 5 and 8 hours. So yeah. Yeah, it is. It's not barge. I know. I've seen and smelled barge, and it's very different. This stuff. Yeah, I've got a window behind me and a fan. It's a large room. This. So kind of why I have a green screen behind me as well, because it's just. Otherwise, it gets a bit echoey. Right, let's see if we can bend this a little bit. It's definitely too wide. Yeah, when I was in the army, I worked with so many different bad stuff. Kind of get awareness. Right. So it doesn't fit at all. Right, so this is a bit annoying because I thought it would fit better. Right. Hopefully this will work. Oh, ad break. So, okay. So let's do what I did last time. Right. So I'm just making an edge, an angled edge. So do you think that would work better? If I could just make it equal on all sides, that would be lovely, but yeah. Right. Right, let's see. No, I think I need to take off some more. Yeah, it's just cutting bits and pieces off. But I need to make sure that I hold it in the middle. I'm just really proud that it's actually closing. Ugh. See if we can put some tape on the top bit, because that's the one that keeps moving. And I need 3 hands. Can we please evolve to have 3 hands? Because that would work so much better. 2 hands is just not enough. I wonder. Yeah. Okay. Ugh, come on, stay where I want you to stay. Damn it. So that goes there. That's fine. Ooh, no, because it's off center now. So I need you to stay there. I know I'm literally shaving off millimeters, but I mean, it doesn't need to be like perfect seam because there's going to be detailing going over it. You won't be able to see it, but still. Oh, this is frustrating work. Just checking the time. So I do want to glue these horns on. And I can faff about with the mask on the off stream as well. Don't want to bore you all to death. Well, we're getting there slowly. It's getting really close now. Alright, do that one. Alright, and then put the edge back in. Right. A lot of minute work, but we're slowly getting there to have at least one side fit, and then we can do the other side. But okay. Well, we'll see, we're getting there. My camera wants to focus. Put that there. tiny bit here. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It needs to... And then I can just neaten it up with my Dremel. Or my not Dremel, I should say. But the cutting on an angle was a good idea from last time. Look at all the little slices. Just have to be careful that I'm not like... No, I think this one needs to be... I need to curve it a bit more with heat, I think, as well. Because I do think then it would... So I don't think I want... I don't want it to have too much curve. Because then the mask at the front looks very, very flat. Yeah, it's one of the handiness. The only problem is because it's now high density EVA foam, I need to wait longer while it shapes. So and also because the other side doesn't fit yet, it's just harder to hold it where it needs to be. Maybe if I carve a little bit on the other side, so that will help. And it still needs a little bit. I think it needs to be a bit more straight. So right now I'm just using pure force with my hands to hold it in place. Right. do think we're getting to this point where I am gotta be more careful. So I can even form it, what I'm doing now is with my hands. You can see now both sides. That side has been amended. That side is still like quite. This side is still a bit thicker. Right. Yeah, I think we're really close now, and I don't want to mess around with that side anymore. So you can see now that's pretty much right. The other side is just too big, so I can't fit it properly yet. So that's the thing with foam work. It's a lot about if I could, use a pattern that somebody made, then it'd be so much quicker. Or somebody can 3D model shit like that, and I just can't. So alright, let's see how that goes. So now I've had a bit of from the other side, a bit of an idea how far I could cut. Now I'll neaten this up when I get a chance. And let's form it around a little. Okay, let's see. That side's fine. A tiny bit of adjustment there, but as long as it's in the middle. Yeah, that's about right. I need to neaten it up, but I can only do that with my Dremel. There's still a little bit of gapping here and there, but you know, nothing a bit of sanding won't fix. But I'm very happy how it actually has been staying. This has been staying together. Yeah, it works. And then I'm very happy that this works. Look. I'm so happy the closure worked. That is the main thing. Right. I'm off stream. I am going to clean up these edges and probably give it a couple more blasts with the heat to get it curved around. And then next week we can install the magnets, and I need to put the eye holes in so I can see, you know. But pretty much, yeah. I can't believe it works. And just a bit of heat. Right, let me throw the bits. Right. Camera, do you mind? I'm here. Can you focus on my face? Maybe? Yeah? Thank you. Anyways, right. So, this is the old helmet. So you can see where, how much of a space the horns take. But now we have to put it on, the markings on the other helmet. Now, first things first. Where did I measure the middle to be? 10 centimeters. Okay. Now, this is the one that we were working on, and we've got the mark there. That one was very close to there. Nope. Put the horn into my face. Now, on this one, is this 50 degrees? Let's have a look. Don't tell me there's a fucking hole in there. There is, but don't worry. It will not be seen. There's so many details going to go on. Right. Oh, don't go forward. Go there. And go there. You need to be a little higher. Okay. Right. Again, I need more hands. I was going to say this is Psycho Sticks. Yes, it is. about right though. Yeah, that's about right. So let's oh. Could do with some cutting the edge there, and then there it could be alright. But I do think that's going to work. I don't think I should mess with it too much. No, it's sunk again. So, there. Yeah. I think. Ah, there's an ad break. I apologize for those of you who are on an ad break. If you can still hear me, you're lucky. Or you're subscribed.
Praise the Emperor!
Oh, on YouTube, correct. Right. Glue. Right. Those of you who did have an ad, you didn't miss much. So, now comes the trick and try and glue this on. You're trying to get me to do a commercial. I do put it in my description as well. So my Artillery Witch cosplays are start at 7 o'clock Central European time, either summer or normal. And on Saturdays, when I do my Sisters of Battle cosplay, it's at 4 o'clock. Here you go. Somebody found the new comments that I put in. But yeah, I'd put it in my description as well. I you know, except for you, Henrik, I think nobody's watching the full 3 hours. Maybe a few other people, but as background music when background sounds, so don't always speak. And on YouTube, there's no music. So if people do watch on YouTube, come watch Twitch because then you can hear the music, kinda. It's not like. I should actually put that in my intro, shouldn't I? Because that's the only thing people probably see. And of course, you get the chance to actually speak to me because, you know, I respond to chat. Maybe I should make a channel trailer because I can put a trailer on my Twitch channel as well. I'm making a mess of the pot here. Let's let that dry for a second. I mean, for some reason, I have 60 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So I must be doing something right there. I mean, I've got over 200 followers here. So, but yeah, 940 more, and I can actually monetize my YouTube channel. But yeah, even if you're not watching the videos, the YouTube videos, feel free to like and leave a comment on the videos. It does help get it out to other people. So. Something for the cat to play with. But I'm really proud that the closure works. After all the trying. So. But yeah, the details are going to be a pain in the ass to do. But I do think... So I've been watching the other girl that does the Artillery Witch, who does it in conjunction with Trench Crusade. So she made a dress. Yes, absolutely. For some reason, the thinner foam. So from this helmet. This is the thinner, so you can. Oh. So this other helmet, like this, is very flexible foam. It's got low density, so you can literally go like, whoosh, squish, 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 really easily. This is High Density EVA though. and it's a lot stiffer. So gluing this together was a lot harder. So this is what my chainsaw is made out of. But yeah, that's why. I mean, the magnets are in there. You can see the shininess, and they work. They didn't connect when I started, but I heated the whole thing up and just held it and then spent 50 minutes talking to everybody. And then now it works. So, and also she made a helmet that she puts on because the back is higher, so there's a bigger, because it's at an angle, then you can put it on like that. I wanted to have it fully enclosed. And I do think it's funny to take the faceplate off and take a drink and put the faceplate back on. Maybe put some like black makeup around my eyes. Because my hair will be away. My hair will be in a completely underneath a cover. So it doesn't stick out underneath at all. Right, let's see. I can get this connected on all the right places. God damn it, I can't see where the line is. There. Is it? Yes. And it goes here. Ah! No! No, no, no! Ah, damn it. I'm having a fight! God. Now, I really hope accidentally hit things. So. This is literally the wrong corner, but I guess we're just gonna do some filler. On this side I can push in. Right. Okay. I do hope when I measure that this is going to be the 50 degrees that I wanted, because it's not fully on the right spot, but I think it is. Please be 50 degrees. Please be 50. Stay upright. Thank you. Oh, it's spot on 50 degrees. I can't hold it. It won't stand up right. I have to hold it because it's... God, this is going to be heavy. Let's put the other one on so it's in balance. put it against the monitor. There we go. I guess this week I'm going to spend some time getting all the gaps filled or sanded. Right. Let's sharpen my knife for a second. So this one I hadn't done this yet on. So what I've done on the other one is to carve an edge, so 45-degree edge, so that when it goes on here, it has a little bit more surface, but also that's some areas here you can see I pushed the edge in, and so that means that there's very little that I need to fill. So alright. Yeah. Alright. Just making sure. Right. Almost at the end. Alright. Did I mark this one? Yes, I did. So that needs to go about there. Right. Eek. So I need you to be, how far is it from there? Because I don't want it to be around this side. You are 1 centimeter. About there. You need to go around there. Oh, it's leaning on the other camera. Sorry. Ah! You need to be about there, I think. Ah! This is too big to work on! And the tape needs to be a new piece. Okay. Hang on, I'll rescue it. No. It's an odd angle. I apologize. One day I will have a bigger, different setup. But for that, I need to win the lottery first. So you need to go about. Oh, for God's sakes! Line about there, and this needs to be about there. Does that look correct? Looks right. What? Alright. This one needs to be a tiny bit up there. Well, I can. Oh, maybe I can do it this way. Just using my fingers to feel where the points are on the other side. Okay. That one is still slightly off. Maybe there. Come on. There. That feels right. I think that's pretty on point. I can't go any. Maybe rotate you this way. Yes, yes, that's the spot. That's the spot. Oh. Right, mark. I don't think a GoPro would work for the simple reason, too heavy. Especially if we're going to think about the, oh no. God damn it. If we're thinking about trying to use the helium to try and get it to float. Because it's going to have lights in it already. Which means there's a battery pack at the bottom. The only thing I can think of that might work is like one of those spy cameras, the little tiny little ones. That might be the only thing that works, but then also it depends on how it needs how much battery it needs. So if it requires a lot of energy, then it won't work, because if it excuse me, if it needs like proper power, like a decent amount of power, then and to be able to record for a certain amount of time, then it won't work either. But it's a cool idea. You can see people's reactions, because I might not be able to see people's reactions. God. It's so big. Right, see if I can get it back to where I had it. Needs to be a bit more backwards, wasn't it? That's what I thought. I mean, nobody's going to see the degrees that well, but that's the spot. Yes. Thank fuck for being reasonably ambidextrous. Ah, that's the problem. Yeah, I need to go. That would be orc logic, wouldn't it? Right, let me try make. Oh fuck! I knocked the camera over again. Give me 2 seconds to check something, and then I'll put the camera back in. I don't think anybody's going to see the 3 degrees difference. Right, let's put some glue on. You go there again. I think I managed to mark this all the way around. Yeah, that's about right. Estimation. Put the lid on, that would work. Ow. Right. They're not going to be perfectly the same, but you know, this is hell. It's going to be chaos. Why would it be so that, you know, not? Oh, by the way, there's an ad going to start in about 38 seconds. If you get an ad, I apologize. Sometimes I do less intrusive ads and then they're at the bottom, but you can still see me. Ooh. Helps if I can see what I'm doing. That's that one done. stay. I saw someone do a miniature painting of Artillery Witch. They made a red cape and bluish accents on the skirt, which was an interesting choice. It's a bit hussar. The hussars wore that. The inside is not too much of a problem. Nobody's going to see it. Damn it. Right. Yep. There you go. Now, let's have a quick look-see, because you made me curious. Oh wow, that is tiny. And it works with, well, it depends whether I can have access to Wi-Fi. It's not too expensive. Yeah. Yeah, but how do we, what kind of battery life does it have? Oh, it works on an SD card. 8 gig is for 2 days. Okay. Yeah, but does it record? Because we needed recording. Oh yeah, it said records on 8 gig, yeah. But how, what battery? It's a wireless camera.
Praise the Emperor!
What's the battery life? How is it powered? Oh. It's on our Polish local eBay. However, it's in China, so let's not buy fire that. So On average, mini Wi-Fi camera batteries last anywhere from several hours to a few months. Okay. I guess it's worth looking into if it's tiny and light, and it, you know, has a massive battery life, so I don't have to have it on battery, but it needs to be able to record it. So if it has an SD card inside and it records on that. Hey, Chappie! Sorry, I didn't hear the alert. I was on a different website. We were talking about, at least JR said, how about putting a camera in the bomb to be able to record people's reactions when you walk past, which I think is really cool. But of course we had to think about weight and stuff like that. But apparently they can have long battery lives and work on Wi-Fi, so I can even access it on my phone. But it needs, for me, it needs to be recording and be light and be able to last for a few hours. So, but I think we can start putting this on. If I can not knock my camera again. Right. Oh, make sure the front goes right. Back is not that much of a fucking issue. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Right. That's the front on. Now just push the back. Ah! You're getting to ASP yet? Those who don't understand what saying TR means, playing TR, it means he's playing Planet side and he's playing on the TR side. You want lights? Oh, fucking hell, it's so big! That's what she said. Anyways. The dedication to this game is admirable, although insane. Now, question is it balanced? Oh, for God's sake! I'm knocking the camera all the fucking time. Still, it's still not balanced. It's the wire. Hang on. If the wire can go that. Fucking knocked the mic again, didn't I? Sorry. I keep knocking it because this thing is so big. But do we have Oh, oh. 50 and 48 degrees. I think I'm happy with that. I'm happy with 48 and 50 degrees. So, because you can't see it really from that angle. Fuck! I knocked the camera again. Yes! The scale! Oh, I'm sorry. That I need to really fix that. I shouldn't have. Yeah, I should have remembered and not do the fucking camera movements like that. What we're thinking. It looks weird on my face here, but so you can't see my face. But I can't see either, so it's nuts, isn't it? I have to sink on my chair so that I can try and get some of it in. But it's pretty balanced. Can I move my head? Yeah, so I need to do something so it doesn't do that. But that works. I'm looking against the side there. I might have to take off some of the because this is quite square, so I might have to change that. Yeah, this is quite a square, so I might have to do something about that. So making it go in, but I'm really happy the closure works because we all know what happened last week and it just wouldn't go. It's not that heavy. Well, it probably will be once I put all the details on. I feel like I can, be also Maleficent. But yeah, I do need something so that when I'm wearing. So yeah, I need to change this here. But these are two separate pieces, so I can literally cut in and take a bit out and then go around. Oh, what's she called again? Rita. Oh. Rita something. Rita Repulsa. Yes. Yes, I can see that. Maleficent, Rita Repulsa. Stop hitting things. Oh, this is going to be the one thing. The one thing. Because she had a face. She didn't have a mask, so you could see her inside. The one thing I notice now is I'm moving around. I'm hitting things. But I need to be able to... So either I need something to go underneath my chin so it holds the helmet in place. Sorry, you may have just seen my brain go... because I'm making the helmet cover so that it hides my hair. To do something that goes underneath my chin so that it's attached to this and attached underneath my chin. Little piece of purple hair here as well. But I'm quite I'm gonna hit everything. But yeah, I need to round this off definitely. This is too square. So this needs to go around. But I think if I just cut this like half and it's got a little triangle wedge out and just glue it back together, it will go around. But I'm just happy about this. Magnets for the win! Hiya! Well, yeah, but at the moment I've got the shelf here above me and I keep hitting it. But like, it's too bad I can't get the whole thing in. This is just fucking hilarious. Can I go even lower? It's just insane. Gets on hits everyone. But like, trying to do a cute pose. I've been watching too much K-pop. I apologize. Not to mention that a lot of the cosplay videos out there, there's so many anime people in there, and they do all the like the cute poses, and yeah, I can't help it. I don't know many animes, so I haven't watched any anime, so yeah, I just thought it was hilarious. Oh, if you ever change my head like that, that gives you a really good idea of the scale. I'll have to take a picture. Oh, well. But I'm really happy with this. Yeah, this is a satisfying clank, isn't it? But yeah, or can I just wonder if I can just sand it. But other than that, the shape here, this needs to be sanded down. But there's so much detailing going to happen here that it's not going to be visible. But I also think like where this goes down to, and then the edge, that's perfect as well. So yeah. Ugh. I'm not sure if what she'd think of it. He's not around at the moment. It is a little bit warm. And this is why there's going to be especially in the face mask, I'm going to be able to have holes. I did a close up of the face mask and there's like 4 holes at the chin area. I'm wondering if I can just because it's 10mm foam. I'm thinking I can just sand all this away. But then I'm wondering about structural intent. No, I can't. I'm wondering if I can just... Can I just do... See, I'm worried that if I make that change in the corners, that the magnets are not going to work. So I might have to figure that out. How am I going to do that? Maybe cut it and then just fill it with foam. Okay. That might be a solution. But yeah, it's like, and then it's massive. Actually, if I put it like, if I lie it like this, because it doesn't fall over. Right. Right. There you go. That's in the way. So it's like I'm trying to just put it. It's like. Yeah, so I need to think about that. But in principle, it needs. I think I'm just going to cut it and send it. Because well, actually, if I can move you in and just cut it quite out there. That should sort it and not move where the position of that is too much. So I don't want to faff about too much with it and having to redo it because no. 3 times, I think that's my max at the moment, redo something 3 times. So I wonder. It's like there. That corner needs to go. So that's decisions. Oh, absolutely. The chainswork's almost done, by the way. But also, can I form you? I think that line is pretty much spot on. This is going to be scary. Oh. I want to do something, and I hope I'm not going to regret it. Actually, that's not too bad. I think that works. Could do it a little bit more. I mean, some of it's going to be hidden anyway with all the detailing that I'm going to do. I do think that will make a difference. Let's have a look. See what you guys think. Ah, there's going to be an ad in 20 seconds. I guess we'll wait for a second. So there'll be an ad, so I'll wait till everybody's back before I'm going to show you all. Good one, JR. That's true. If you have Amazon Prime, you have a free subscription with Amazon. Just link your Twitch account and you get pesos to pay me a subscription. So yeah. Yeah! Clicked the wrong one. But yeah. Also, I am very close to finishing my Discord. I need to write the rules. And then make sure that you can see the rules before you say, yes, I will follow the rules. Then you can sign up to get alerts when I go live on Twitch, alerts when I go live on YouTube, and whatever chit chat. You asked, I'll deliver. I really need to make some more emotes. because I have so little. So, but yeah, I mean, I've set up like generic stuff, pet pictures, because every Discord should have a place to put pet pictures, cosplay things. I'm in so many Discords though. But yeah, I need to do something like that. So but yeah, I have to write the rules. Just copy the rules from my other Discord. Though that's more of a author Discord. I think everybody's back. I think I've got a decent amount of. There's some seams I need to fill, but that's normal. So if I go back to chatting, make sure I don't hit anything. Oh, so satisfying that works. So that side's been smoothed. That side's still square. Don't know if you can see that. So that's still quite square. That side is now smoothed over. And like I said, there's going to be all kinds of detailing around here. But now it's a bit more. Here, it's a bit more straight. Yeah, I do think that's better. It's not a jaw anymore. But this is so satisfying. Oh! After all the problems that I've had. Yeah, that's perfect. Do that on the other side. Without knocking over the fucking camera again. Right. I'm not sure how I'm ever going to be able to these 70 Discords there. Oh my god. I don't even have that many. I actually left a few. I know the pattern is going to make it so much like the actual helmet. Oh, that's always a nightmare. There's a couple of Discords I'm in that I'm in because if I need help. Because, like, for instance, the Arduino Discord I'm in, but only when I had problems with my soundboard, that I had questions. The community there is really great in helping you out. So I'm still in that one. I don't really do anything with it, but I'm there in case I do need some help. I'm in the Discord for makers and crafters from Twitch. Of course, I'm in the Trench Crusade Discord, especially since people complained about it being woke. Because people complained about it, you know, they couldn't post political things. But LGBTQIA plus things were okay. It's like, yes, you asshole. You can't be a homophobe. Especially not since the one of the guys is Finnish. And us Europeans in general are, you know, pretty open-minded. Alright. That's about right. So that's not sand. Yeah, it's sad that see that's. Oh, don't put your mouse there. It's sad to see that with the changing of administrations or governments, that some people seem to think that it's okay now to say the shitty things out loud. Of course, it's handier because now you know who are fucking shitty, racist, homophobes. But yeah. And whoever's watching the new shit from Harry Potter, can you please fuck off as well? Because he actively is using that money to make life worse for trans people. Especially trans women. And this is the thing that annoys me so much. Like this whole idea. And then they forget that trans men exist as well. Right, needs a little bit more on this side. Right, that should do. I need to put the Dremel on it so that it becomes a little bit better. But we'll do that. Now the other thing, oh fuck, I need to do is, so at the moment the points, as you can see, are not great. I need to fill them up a little bit with foam clay, and I think we've got enough time to do that before we should start slowing down and logging off. Because, you know, I have work tomorrow, sadly enough. Rather not. But luckily I work from home, so. Okay. Do I have my little piece of water still here? I can't even get to. Excuse me. Can I put you on the table? Yeah. How the hell am I going to get this to any convention that I'm not driving to? I'm just taking it with me like this in sitting in the. I'll be poking my neighbours out. Like, can you imagine sitting in the middle aisle of a plane? I can just see that happen. So. Right. Well, not this year, but maybe next year, PeerCon. I might do that. PeerCon is a really big convention, bit like MCM. It's got a little bit more Comic-Con in it than it does, but they have some really cool stuff. They usually have a cyber area, so people are dressed up in cyberpunk stuff, and they have like futuristic cars and stuff like that. But next year PeerCon might be. It's end of June usually. Yeah, sadly enough, this year I can't go because I'm going to London in the first weekend of July, so, and it's the last weekend of June, so it'd just be too much work. Right, let's put some shaping into that. I have to send that down probably. Yeah, oh yeah, I know. And this is in now to get a decent hotel room. That's not too expensive. You have to book before they announce the dates, really. So I might do that and just use booking.com and have a few. Have 2 weekends because it's usually the last weekend, but you never know if it's changing. Yeah. Right, that's one. I'll have to let that dry. Ah! This is so freaking big. But you can fly to Poznan. Or you can fly to Warsaw and then take the train. Poland's really cheap. Whether it's still cheap next year, I don't know. Seeing as who we selected as president. I say we, but I didn't. But in general, if you compare it to anything, it's so much cheaper. And Poznan is cheaper than Warsaw, of course. You should be able to fly to Poznan as well these days. Right. Is there a big difference between the Birmingham MCM and the London MCM? I always wondered that. Oh god. Right, so I filled up a tiny bit trying to get this in sync. So I filled up the holes, but I'll have to sand them because I have to leave them to dry. And I need to set them upright to be able to let it dry. Oh, come on. No! Sorry! Sorry! Doing it again. I need to put a piece of tape on that. I'm sorry, JR. I really should do better than that. Alright, let that dry. Right, okay. Now I was wondering if hotels in Birmingham must be cheaper. Yeah, no, I'm just wondering because London hotels are just expensive whenever you go. I think the tickets would probably be similar. Right. Trying to clean my fingers a little bit. Yeah, I assume the prices are similar. I mean, I think Percon is pretty expensive for 3 days. Ugh. Do I not have a piece of something here that I can wipe my fingers on? No. God damn it. Give me 1 second. Using a piece of foam to clean my fingers a little bit. There you go. Yeah. Let me check, because I thought the tickets for PeerCon were quite expensive as well. If anybody wants to see the biggest Polish, like the Polish MCM in principle. So $340. They're sold out as well. 340 zloty, 340 PLN to GBP. Why did you not? Normally you give me. Oh, that's why. Because I can't type. So a 3-day ticket, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is around £67. Yeah, so they have all kinds of different zones. So they have Star Wars zone, they've got Cyberpunk zone, the cosplay zone. What else do they have? They've got manga and anime. They've also got a lot of music. There's always a lot of music as well. So the cosplay one, comic books, a manga and anime, science, which is always interesting. They've got a science area. Gaming, well, kids, of course. Then they always have board games, war games, card games. So, because Warhammer is usually there as well. RPG gaming. Artists. Then they've got reenaction camps, which sometimes is like LARPing. There's usually LARPing. This time they have a Lego fan zone as well, and the Star Wars zone, as I said. And they've got workshops as well. So there's always shit tons. They've got miniature painting, as always. But board games, war games, tabletop games is very, very popular in Poland. I like that they split comic books and manga and anime because they're very different. And they usually have a lot of guests as well. So from film and music, and there's usually like interviews with them or lectures. Well, if you feel really challenging, The Witcher the first Witcher movie is showing from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. They're fucking showing Harry Potter. Well, we can boycott that. Oh, and for instance, they're showing the Nosferatu movie from 1922 with live music. I mean, that's just insane. That's just funny. So yeah, there's all kinds. It's like I said, 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. There's no closing date almost. Whoever has its guests. Let me see what guests. Guest people look at Um, I don't recognize any of these people. You guys might recognize them. Nah. I don't. Then again, I don't know actors unless they're really, really well known. There's a lot of cosplayers as well. I like that they're as cosplayers as guests as well. Percival is maybe known as a band that plays a lot of Witcher type music. I recognize that name. Lots of TTRPG designers. So people that do board games and D&D and all that sort of malarkey. But lots of bands. Lots of like Gloriama. I recognize them from Ragnarok. But I don't think I recognize any like actors. Wow, there's a lot of music. I didn't even check that. But yeah. Yeah, well, the 2001 Witcher movie, which is a long time ago. So yeah, it's a Polish production, as far as I know. But it's really, really big. And it's not just cosplay and gaming, it's all kinds. So it's really interesting. I mean, I really want to go. I've never been in the 7 years that I lived here. There's always been something that I couldn't make it. So, right. My alarm's going off that I need to feed my gecko. So I really should, because now I just have to wait for this to dry and do some sanding, which I can't do on stream. So let's have a look. But yeah, BearCon is really, really interesting. Premium tickets come with tokens. It's for for meetups, and I love the mod that it comes with. And you can select lectures or meet a writer, actor, singer. So the tokens are for like how you call it? There was somewhere here that I could say where it said what you could do it for. Oh, here. So tokens are for reserving seats for lectures, and are reserved to reserve seats. Can you purchase more tokens? No. Yeah, so it's so that if you buy, because you can only, they sell out, and so there are meet and greets and lectures that you can use it for. Now you don't need them, because if there's space, if everybody with tokens gone in and there's space, you can be let in if you don't have a token. However, it's just so you can reserve. So if there's like really someone that you really want to meet, then you can reserve that space for it. So let's have a look. Right, first things first. Let's try make some crafters and cosplay. Oh, damn it. Oh, somebody doing a wig. That might be interesting. Somebody's sewing. For a change, there's actually people making cosplays. Let's have a look. That's actually let's do that. Let's do that. Right. Right, everybody. This is a new person for me. 16-bit Sammy, but they are making a cosplay wig, so I thought, might as well. This is the problem when I normally stream just on Saturdays, and when I finish is when most people wake up. So I was like, well, now that I'm streaming late, there's more people awake or streaming because it's well afternoon. So, right. Let's do it this way. So we are I'm pretty happy. It's freaking big. I'll take a picture and put it on social media. If you don't follow me on social media, I'm on Blue Sky and on Instagram, and I will post a picture on that. Taking the picture with the image on the screen. So next week we'll probably finish the faceplate. If I don't finish it off stream, then I'll probably finish it on stream, so you can all have a look and see how it looks like. If I have finished the faceplate